Chatsworth, a house of 175 rooms.
It looks like it's the best we've ever got it.
Surrounded by 1,000 acres of parkland.
Here come the sheep.
For 500 years, the beating heart of Derbyshire's Peak District. And for 16 generations, one family's home.
What are you eating? Dill?
Yes, it's spriggy stuff.
Every year, the Duke and Duchess of Devonshire welcome 600,000 paying visitors to this, their private kingdom.
Well, there's no place like Chatsworth. It's a little corner of heaven.
But 2020 would prove to be a year like no other. This is the story of how one of England's greatest institutions
It's increasingly complex, very fast-moving.
would battle an unprecedented 12 months
So we needed one.
Hang on, but I thought we were not opening.
There are people jumping out trees into the river.
to create new dawns and opportunities.
It's your delivery from the farm shop for you.
Through 4 seasons, this unique corner of Britain
Us British, keep calm and carry on.
reflected the bulldog spirit.
This is it, they're coming in. We've done it.
Well, I am relieved, but I knew we'd get there.
This really is an exceptional effort.
And triumphed in the face of adversity.
We almost look like we know what we're doing.
Chatsworth, like the rest of Britain, is in deep lockdown. But out on the estate's 35,000 acres, the farming team is at full stretch.
Come on, girls.
2,000 sheep are giving birth, making April the busiest month of the year.
These sheep will have been born 2 or 3 days ago. We're going to run them through this little pen here, and along with the other 1,600 of them, we'll all stay out in this park.
This year, the team is seriously short-handed.
We would usually have about 6 vet students come and help in the shed on the sort of more intensive part of our lambing. This year, we decided it probably wasn't the best idea bringing lots of vet students from various parts of the country all into one Chatsworth lambing shed. So because of lockdown, we've turned all the sheep outside and letting them lamb outside.
Thankfully, it's one of the warmest springs on record. But with such a massive maternity ward, there are regular emergencies.
There's a ewe lambing over here. We're just going to keep an eye on her here from a distance. You can just see one foot and one head. She is just pushing, so we might just have to lamb it in a minute. Usually, once they've had the first and the second, the third one would usually come out fine.
But the lamb is stuck.
She may struggle with this, so we'll have a look at it.
David calls for backup.
Is it lamb?
No, not yet, no. All right. This is Ben the shepherd.
It's down to Shepherd Ben to save both the lamb and ewe.
We might just have to catch her and just pop the last one out.
Stuck on its shoulders at the minute. A leg back.
There's just a potential cause of concern. There's just a head, and we can only see one leg at the moment. So these sheep should come out with feet first, with their head and their nose behind it.
Lie down. Stay there.
To free the lamb's legs, Ben has to push it back inside Mum.
As you can see, he's not pressurising him, he's not rushing him.
Perfect now. Yeah.
Lamb's just going in for his first suck. The pandemic seems a long, long way away. When the sun's shining like this and you've got lambs on a ewe, it doesn't get too much better than this, to be honest.
The outlook isn't quite so sunny in Chatsworth House. It's empty of visitors, and almost all staff are furloughed.
Can get a little bit eerie, not gonna lie. I've had to sort of not get scared a few times. When there's a door creak, it can be very unnerving. freakiest door in the house.
Housekeeper Nia is on a solo mission, patrolling a kilometre of corridors for uninvited visitors.
We're looking for moths. You know, all these crawlies, they love darkness, they love this heat, which at the moment, because we're not airing the rooms as well, that's another big issue.
Left unchecked, the common clothes moth will destroy antique textiles in a matter of weeks. One female can lay batches of hundreds of eggs that take just a few days to hatch into hungry larvae.
We are currently in the Queen of Scots bedroom. Put all these traps out. We're looking for the moths. Those things sort of really love to eat the carpets, the curtains. This is sort of a prime spot for a lot of things to be eaten. All the beautiful fabrics, the silks and things like that. We can't put any modern detergents on it or anything like it. And these are all original. You know, they've survived nearly 200 years, and if they fall under our watch, that wouldn't really be the best legacy for us to continue with.
With such historic furnishings at risk, Nia relies on old-school methods to keep the moths at bay.
We'd much prefer natural deterrents. So we placed a lot of lavender behind this plinth, which obviously not only smells amazing, but it helps keep away the moths.
The 180-year-old Axminster carpet in the library is proving to be the main moth attraction.
The carpet is what's so worrying about this room. I think if bugs get going on it, they will just munch and munch and munch. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got 5 moths on here. You know, an increase of 3 within a week. Oh, and there's actually another one on the floor.
With the library under attack, Nia must now check to see if moths have spread their wings throughout the empty house.
See all of this? It's a telltale sign that underneath, that's where the activity's going on. It just doesn't look great for us. And even under here, just see webbing clothes moth eggs, all of this underlay. We find that things have been eaten. Thankfully, this is a modern carpet, so he's going to give it a hoover, we'll spray and just make sure that there isn't any further damage done to this area.
Nia and the moths don't have the house completely to themselves. The Duke and Duchess of Devonshire are there too. Holed up in just 3 of the 175 rooms.
The visitors are the lifeblood of Chatsworth. Without the visitors, it's really a very lonely, sad place, and we'll have to stay shut until we're told that we can open. You know, it's terrible for the business, but it's terrible for so many other businesses.
It's not just the house which is shut up. The Chatsworth Trust's lucrative cafes and retail outlets are closed to the public, except for one. The farm shop has been transformed into a click-and-collect distribution centre.
We've had customers phone up and they're in tears saying how grateful they are. And the elderly can't get a main supermarket delivery for 3-4 weeks. We take an order one day and we deliver it the next. We're out of Eccles cakes.
Manager Liam has overseen the creation of Chatsworth's own delivery service.
This is very much the engine room of the operation.
Are you an addict? Yeah. That's fine.
This was just a paved courtyard. We put the marquee up, we filled it full of stock and people and tills and phones, and we turned it around in about 4 days.
Business is booming. The team had over 500 orders in their first week of trading.
Got some nice treats.
Many staff have been reassigned during the pandemic to avoid being furloughed.
Normally at Chatsworth, I work in all the food-to-go outlets, so I manage about 5 takeaway shops. We sell like pasties, teas, coffees, sorts of thing, ice cream.
Jack's still doing takeaway business, but as a delivery driver.
It's something a bit different to what I'm used to doing, and it's nice seeing that you're actually doing something and making a difference in the community. So this one here looks like we've got some wine, got some milk, bit of veg, bit of fruit, and some cakes and stuff, so tea party this afternoon, maybe. It's your delivery from the farm shop.
Thank you very much.
Okay, my pleasure, yeah.
Miserable day today.
It's horrible, isn't it? How are you keeping?
Not bad at all.
Not bad.
Glad to get out.
The farm shop delivery team are covering almost 1,000 miles every week and making over 100 deliveries every day.
The people that we take it to are very grateful. It's actually quite a rewarding experience, really, to go out there and actually give this stuff to them. Here's all the lockdown essentials, wine and loo roll. It's a quick knock and a step back.
Hi there.
Hi.
Very kind.
Thank you.
Good bottles.
Break the essentials. I've tried to get deliveries online without success, so it's just been perfect. The essentials, the vegetables, salad.
The wine and the gin.
And the wine.
I live in a small flat in Chesterfield, and it's brilliant being able to get out and see different people and talk to different people. Can't imagine how it is for some people on their own. It must be terrible.
We
We're
miss
very
the
fortunate.
grandchildren.
But apart from that, we're absolutely fine.
Yeah. Yeah, we have not killed him yet.
No, not quite.
And there's another set of grandparents who are particularly grateful to the shop team.
We have heard such wonderful things about the farm shop team. As two vulnerables, we much appreciate the food parcels that are being left outside our door.
We do want to thank you so much for everything you're doing. We're very proud of all of you.
Yes, thank you.
It's key workers across the estate that are keeping the Chatsworth community alive. Enza, one of 3 estate villages, like the nation, is staying home and staying safe. Except for one ritual, held every Thursday at precisely 8 p.m.
To come out and clap and make a noise is really important because the whole nation's doing this, and it's the least thing we can do to show our support for all those amazing workers.
And up at the big house, the Duke and Duchess also celebrate the NHS in their own unique way. Through these difficult days, Chatsworth prevails. But how will the estate fare when summer approaches and temperatures across the nation rise?
The pent-up desire to actually spend some time outdoors and let off some steam is something that many people are taking to the extreme.
You bunch of kids.
Chatsworth should be in the midst of a busy spring season. But instead,
Max, come on.
the Duke and Duchess of Devonshire have 105 acres of garden all to themselves.
Should I choose a lettuce for dinner tonight? There you are. Will you carry it for me, please?
That's a really nice place to sit because the thyme smells delicious and it's facing south.
The 3 acres of kitchen garden have become their favourite evening escape.
I mean, we've been locked down in 3 rooms in the corner of the house, and...
It took about a day to get used to it.
A day?
Well...
A week, please.
And,
no, just to get used to the... well, I mean, our kitchen is made for catering and big events. Our chef had to show me on Facebook how to turn it on or turn it off or anything.
And of course he was laughing away because he completely used to it. But if you've never used these big machines, it wasn't until... I mean, now you've got it completely, of course.
Oh, yeah. Because I've been cooking during the lockdown, I love herbs. This is an African basil, and it's delicious when you put it in with tomatoes or with a salad. Then there's the dill here, which is lovely to eat. And I put all these into a teapot and let it infuse for a bit with hot water, and it's just such a fresh, lovely drink.
It was sort of strange being out in the garden in the middle of the day with nobody. Not really what the garden's for.
After several weeks away, some staff are allowed back into the house.
Coming up to 29 minutes past. I just need to set it going.
Time has been standing still. Until now. Collections technician Dorothy has been tasked with restarting Chatsworth's ticking heart.
The decision was made at the beginning of lockdown. It's probably best for them to be stopped so that we didn't have a person coming into the house. So I was placed on furlough, and so in a way the clocks were too.
It takes Dorothy 2 hours to wind all 56 antique clocks housed at Chatsworth.
I didn't give it enough welly.
Collected by past dukes over hundreds of years, the clocks are a historic journey through what was once cutting-edge time-keeping technology.
Clocks don't normally like to sit resting like that for so long, so we'll see what happens.
This priceless gold leaf timepiece was made by Paris-based master craftsman Frédéric Duval in the 1770s.
There is something quite enjoyable about the sound of winding clocks. But then maybe that's just me.
Ticking the last clock off her list, Dorothy must now test the accuracy of her time setting.
So I'm hoping that they should all strike within a reasonable close proximity of each other. But I'm slightly concerned that after being stopped for so long, they're not going to perform. That's 2 clocks.
It's called the Painted Hall Midday Chorus.
The clocks are like the heartbeat of the house as you're passing through, so it is quite nice now they've started again. Yeah, my work here is done.
As time passes, preparations begin for reopening the gardens to visitors. Water features are brought back to life after lying dormant for 12 weeks, the longest time in their hundreds of years of history.
From a financial point of view, the trust, the charity that runs Chatsworth, obviously had no income at all. So we really do need the income, like all historic buildings, really.
The trust which runs Chatsworth has lost over £3 million in revenue since March. But at the end of May, the government eases restrictions on people meeting in public places for the first time.
Today's the first day the general public are actually coming back into the gardens for the first time since we shut down.
Assistant Supervisor Sheena is on patrol.
They have to book online because we need to limit the numbers to make sure that we don't get packed with people. We don't want that to happen. We're still finding our feet a little bit, I think, trying to work out the best way of doing what we do, but doing it safely.
Morning, you all right?
You've got more fun this, isn't it? I'm on what I call queues and walking about duty today, so it's just making sure everybody uses the social distancing posts, you know, that get through without crowding each other.
Wonderful, we've so missed it. Just made a pledge today, we're going to come every Wednesday.
People who've come today, mostly, I think, younger families have been meeting up with parents and grandparents, maybe some of them for the first time, I think.
We're here with my 2 daughters and then with Grandma. But we come here because it's one place where they have space to run about and finding insects, isn't it? Yeah.
We've been sort of really isolated because we're both in our 80s. And look at it. It is like paradise, really, isn't it?
Wondering how you've enjoyed your visit. First day being open.
Yes, it's been lovely, thank you.
It's our first time.
It's all new for us as well. This is the first time we've had to do this. I was quite down at times, seeing the house and the gardens empty, car park empty. This isn't a bad office to come back to. It makes you feel like after all this madness, there's a bit of normality, albeit a small bit of normality. It's better than we've had.
While the house is closed, Chatsworth's team take the opportunity to give it a really good clean from the bottom to the top.
Yeah, it's a big one. You've got to do it properly when you do it.
The iconic painted hall was commissioned by the first Duke to welcome and impress his distinguished guests. Conservation assistant Danielle is scaling its heights for the first time in a generation.
It's an experience that barely anyone has ever had. You think of the history of the house, it had restoration probably many 30 years ago, and then back in the 1920s, so only a handful of people have ever got this high.
The murals were painted in the late 1600s. They are now the only remaining original features of the first Duke's Hall.
So I'm just tickling the dust off the wall basically. I'm not applying any pressure, I'm just using a goat hairbrush, which means it's just very soft. As you can see, it's quite floppy. You get arm-ache after a while.
The 4 months the house has stood empty during lockdown have taken a toll on the murals.
During the closure of the house, it's been very static and we've had dust gathering against the wall, whereas usually there'd be a lot of movement in the house, so that wouldn't kind of happen as much. You can see this gathering that goes all the way down. I've got a light here which helps me see, obviously, where people have been. You can see a distinct light, and it's amazing how visible it is. So that's what we're taking off, thick clumps of dust.
The first Duke commissioned the paintings in honour of William of Orange, flattering the new king by comparing him to a Roman emperor.
So this is the assassination of Julius Caesar, which ties in with the theme of the room, which is all about the life of Julius Caesar. And this is actually his assassination, so this is the tu brute moment. To get this close to it is amazing.
It takes Danielle and the team 2 days to complete the work. By late June, Chatsworth's 5,500 strong flock of sheep are settled into the parkland. And with temperatures now rising above 30 degrees, there's an annual ritual that can't be delayed.
We've got to gather 2,100 ewes and the lambs right next to Chatsworth House, bring them into the sheds and shear them. Oh no! Oh no!
It's 7 a.m, and Assistant Farm Manager Jack plus shepherds Neil and Ben must get the ewes and their lambs to the shearing shed before the day gets too hot.
All right, Ben, I'm just coming to the bridge now, and we'll just go further along the river so we're not near the roads. The dogs can't get run over.
To get there, they face 2 major obstacles: the narrow bridge in front of the house and the busy road in front of the village of Enza.
They're just collecting them from in front of Chatsworth House at the minute. When we gather them in big groups, the ewes have a tendency to keep running, and the lambs can't find their mothers, and they turn around and run back looking for the mothers. So we've got to make sure they're all in a big group at the back. But here come the sheep.
It's vital that the lambs don't lose their mums in the chaos of bridge crossing.
So the 2 shepherds are just trying to bring the lambs up and then push the whole lot over.
They need to keep the sheep in tight formation. The 2 shepherds herd from behind, while on the other side of the bridge, Jack and sheepdog Ellie hold the line to stop the lead ewes from bolting too early.
Got to make sure the lambs stay with the ewes. Otherwise, if the lambs try and break back, they're quite hard to bring back.
With precision teamwork and timing, Jack lets the vanguard through.
Of all the lambs that wouldn't come at the start.
So far, so good. For most of the flock. But for some of the lambs at the back, this is a bridge too far.
Some of the lambs have broken back to look for the mothers.
With Ben and Neil suddenly on the back foot, Jack must nip this mini rebellion in the bud before it turns into a stampede.
Sort of a group on the other side of the bridge.
The troublemakers have been rounded up by the shepherds and finally sent back across the bridge to find their mums. The delay has cost the team dearly. It's now 8 a.m. and getting hotter by the minute. The shepherds have to keep the sheep moving, driving the flock half a mile over the hill towards the village. And it's rush hour on the Enza Road. It's down to Jack to outflank the massive flock, get ahead, and beat them to the pass. thousands of sheep stream down the steep hill. The only thing between them and the traffic is one man and his dog.
Just trying to stop all the traffic without any dogs or sheep getting run over. Hold her, Ellie! Hold her! Hold her! Hold her!
But with Ellie keeping the sheep under control and Jack holding the traffic, disaster is averted. And all the livestock cross safely on the final leg of their journey to the shearing sheds.
The heat blows the lid off the lockdown. A major incident declared in Bournemouth as 500,000 flocked to the coast. As temperatures climbed, there was overcrowding and chaos.
The early summer heatwave sees beauty spots across the nation invaded by lockdown Brits desperate to cool off. Half a mile downstream from the big house, the River Derwent proves an irresistible magnet. Thousands of visitors descend on Chatsworth's pristine parkland. And now the estate's car parks are overflowing, and crowds are crossing the busy road. Marketing manager Jonathan has called for police backup.
You know, obviously it's always popular down here when it's hot weather, but people being locked up in a bit of silly season is...
It's not just here, it's every tourist hotspot. All the people that should be abroad, or at school, or at work, they're here. And it's just continuous line of people coming in.
Let's hope that this is a blip and it'll return to some sort of normality in the...
Looking at that footpath, I don't think it is, do you?
No.
Down by the river, the scene is becoming chaotic and dangerous.
Yeah, I'm down at Colton Leys at the moment. There are a few people in the old park jumping out of trees into the river. Thanks very much. I'll flag if I see anything else. Echo 1 out. Policing a situation like this is difficult. It's an issue for us because, of course, the pent-up desire to actually spend some time outdoors and let off some steam is something that many people are taking to the extreme. Chatsworth's been open to the public for centuries. This is very much an unprecedented situation during an unprecedented time.
When social media posts start to appear online, it's clear that Chatsworth is facing a situation that has spiralled out of control.
Here we fucking go. This is what it's about. These two fucking idiots. All this for this. Fucking joke, you bunch of kids.
The morning after the night before will be even worse.
Nightmare. Looks like there was quite a big party down here last night.
And as restrictions ease, can the Duke's team get the main house open in time to save the summer season? At Chatsworth, a heat wave has led to mass invasions of visitors desperate to cool off by the river.
It's a nightmare. Looks like there was quite a big party down here last night.
It's early morning, and the grounds team return to the beauty spot.
Left, as you can see, quite a lot of rubbish.
It's down to Ben, Chris, and the team to pick up the tab for last night's festivities.
Shorts, sweet wrappers, towels, and all sorts. They manage to carry it down with them when it's heavy, and then when it's lighter and when it's empty, they don't seem to want to carry it back. It's nice to see people giving up their own time to come and keep it tidy.
Locals have pitched up to help with the clear-up.
I think it's shocking to have it like it is. You know, it's normally so beautiful. It's speechless, really, the way they leave it. With living so close, we knew that it was going to be like this morning. We decided we want to help. There's so much of it. I mean, this is just on a different scale. It's just so easy just to take it home with you. You know, I just found it really sad.
Beer bottle floating down the river, but I think it's gone quite far down. This is gross, isn't it? You'd have thought with everything that's been going on and all that talk of people looking out for one another and all that things might have changed, but nope.
And the upsetting part is, we know tomorrow morning it will be just the same again. And on Friday morning, and on Saturday and on Sunday, whilst the weather remains hot. It's a shame.
temperatures are soaring above 30 degrees every day. Today, 5,000 sheep will be driven through the shearing sheds. 2,000 ewes will be shorn, and 3,000 lambs will wait impatiently for their mums.
It's a welfare issue. If we don't take the wool off them at this time of year, the sheep will overheat and they'll have heat stress. They're very lucky because of the COVID-19 restrictions. The sheep can get a haircut this time of year, whereas we can't.
It's relentless back-breaking work for the shearers, usually New Zealanders who travel around the UK every season. But this year, it's a British team. The 2,000 fleeces they shear today will create 6,000 kilos of wool.
Because it's worth peanuts, at 20 pence a kilo, there's 3 kilos on a ewe, so that's 60p. Shearers charge about 130 just to shear them.
Due to the poor value of wool, it costs the estate £1,500 to give the whole flock a summer haircut. Once shearing is done, the ewes and lambs are reunited.
A bit of moving once the wool's off them because they can run really quickly and they don't know where they're going.
The flock is released back to pasture for the rest of the summer. It's been hot work for everyone on the team.
Hey, dogs are just having a bath.
It's 15 degrees cooler inside Chatsworth's hallowed halls. The plan is to reopen house tours to visitors by late July. And it's a race against time for the interior team. Corona-proofing right down to the ground.
There's a lot of creaking noises. It's not the sort of noises that you want to be hearing when you've got a crowbar under something and you're lifting it up.
In the chapel corridor, conservation technician Luke needs to ensure visitors' hands are kept out of reach of a famous foot.
It's ancient Greek. They've dated it at around 150 to 50 BC. And it's part of like a full figure. It would have been wicked to come and see it in its entirety. It's a lot like reverse Jenga.
Transporting a 2,500-year-old marble foot weighing 3/4 of a ton means Luke has to tread carefully.
What I don't want is the vibration from the pallet truck on the floor go through the foot and break off any loose parts that there might be. So nice and steady. I'm going to move it to just about there. It's not gone too far, about 4 feet.
When the house finally opens its doors, the biggest headache for the interior team will be keeping anything visitors are likely to touch sanitized.
Oh, they're looking great. It's fantastic.
For collections manager Alice, the 9th Duke's 100-year-old banisters in the painted hall have proved a particular challenge.
We wanted to create something that allowed people to use the stairs safely, but also that we could clean. Obviously, we can't put bleach on the historic interior.
Pandemic proofing has required materials not usually on display in a grand, stately home.
It's standard scaffold pole, but it's actually been sort of foamed and bolted on securely so that it won't damage the historic fabric. And I really love the funky colour as well, based on the shoes that I was wearing the day we chose the colour, which is mustard yellow. I think it's vibrant and bold, which is very much a Chatsworth thing.
Alice needs to sign off Luke's new position for the ancient Greek foot in the chapel corridor.
Great! You happy? Yeah.
Luke's been low-loading all heavy, touchy-feely artifacts into what will be one roped-off display.
I think it's the right way round, so the toes pointing the right way. So I think we can put it down. But I think the stone quartz about the width of the wood towards this wall. Smoky quartz. It's much beloved by children for having a good peer inside, see what's going on. Which usually involves putting their hands on it, so at the moment it's not advisable. Towards me. Perfect. I'm really excited for the house to open, but obviously I think like everyone else, I have a slight anxiety how it's going to work. It's a whole new world for us. And I just want us to have a good time. And I think trying to get that to happen safely is new territory for us. I think this was really lovely. It's a great line of sight through. Excellent, thank you.
To reopen the house to the public, safety has to come first. And there's another disease for the team to worry about.
Where that one bends off, I feel that's my gut feel, that whole limb off.
Keep taking bits off till it looks as good as it can.
Yeah.
Foresters Chris and John are dealing with a danger lurking right outside the main visitor entrance.
So this is a weeping ash tree. It's been here for a very long time, but the real problem is it's got ash dieback, and that's why we're reducing the load on all the limbs, making it safer for the public to be around, because obviously there's such high footfall here.
Ash dieback is a deadly fungus, set to wipe out around 90% of Britain's native ash trees.
See, all of this timber is completely dead. Last year, these were live branches with leaves growing out of them. As the disease has come through the tree, sort of live branches retreat back in. We've been monitoring this one for now sort of 2 years now and seen a serious sort of decline this year in particular. The reason I'm not in my chainsaw trousers today.
A little bit of finesse is required.
The tree has been the centrepiece on the North Drive for almost 200 years.
So Matt's just taking small chunks away. He's just going to bring the top sort of back in to make sure that there's no techniques that we're using here to prevent the top falling out and potentially striking people.
The crown has to be carefully reduced using a specialist technique called chogging down, which allows the team to manage removal of the branches.
So one cut goes that way, the other cut goes the other, so they overlap. Take your saw out and then snap it off in a controlled manner. When Matt's actually shaking or trying to snap these chogs off, the whole tree's moving, so it's sort of vindicating the decision to do the work.
Unfortunately, it's sort of coming to an end on my watch, but that's forestry and tree management, and everything does have a lifespan, so we just need to look forward.
For this year at least, the tree will be safe for visitors to enjoy when they return. With less than a week to go until the house opens for the first time in the 2020 season, Chatsworth goes into overdrive. There are precious carpets to stow away. Gainsborough's to rehang.
Coming up to the chandelier. We're fine.
And a long to-do list for Assistant Supervisor Sheena.
It's a bit chaotic because we've still got a few things we need to iron out. I've got 2 groups of the guides, so I'm going to take them through the one-way systems in the house, look at bottlenecks, fire evacuation, toilets, all exciting stuff today, really is. The guide's going to stand behind the rope here. This is your safe space between the 2 ropes here, and the lift's going to be the other side, so you've got loads of room.
Oh, creepiest door.
The night before the grand opening, Alice and Nia conduct final checks to ensure everything's in place for the morning.
So Rembrandt looking much better.
Luke's done an amazing job lighting them.
This is obviously one of our smallest spaces on the route, so we've had to do quite a lot here to make this safe for reopening. We've actually rejigged everything and taken a lot of the contents out, which is such a shame. So this is where I think it is really key that we open the windows in here, because this has high humidity.
So what Susie was concerned about with the airflow was that we'd had an increase in moths, but I did the pest checks yesterday and it's fine.
I mean, I just think what you've done with the cranberry glass and the green surface is just beautiful.
It's opening time tomorrow.
Now we just need people.
Yes.
Today, Chatsworth House will at last reopen to the public.
Feels very good to take this down now.
Signmaker Richard is spreading the news.
Feels like a good move forward. It's been a long time coming. We're ready for it.
Well, almost ready.
We've got an hour to tie up all the loose ends. So plenty of time.
Up at the house, Assistant Supervisor Sheena is feeling the pressure.
Everybody's got jobs that we've dished out last night before we finished, so that, put that in the wrong place, so that we know what we've all got to do this morning. So that's happening as we speak.
See you later.
For Collections Manager Alice, it's all hands to the pump.
I'm doing some hand sanitising labels. So all the exciting little bits at the end of the day, but yeah, we're getting there. It's just so nice to see people in the house. It's great.
It's actually really exciting because we're having all the guys come back today, the visitor welcome, and they have such a love for the place. And there's an energy about the place which is you can feel at the moment. Yeah, everything's waking up.
Pandemic-proofing the house has increased the workload for housekeepers Emma and Nia.
I would open everything. So they've asked for as much airflow as possible, so I think we give them all the air they can. We're trying to basically limit how much other people touch parts of the house.
This is one of our favourite touch points. You can turn on all the old lights. So we've put a cover on it, but we're just a bit concerned that people will still be, touching.
What do you like about it best?
All 150 guides have been issued with new uniforms.
So I've got the same little pleat at the back. You look dead smart. Ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille?
We're unpacking everything and the guides are trying them on, ready for opening. The final peg in that project now.
Textile Supervisor Susie and the Duchess have spent almost a decade on their design, replicating the best parts of uniforms throughout the years.
Oh, how lovely.
And it's the first time the Duchess has seen them being worn.
When we started at the beginning, I didn't think we'd end up with anything quite so elegant looking and smart.
But yes, it's thrilling.
Would you like to do a swirl round?
Madam, yes.
Yes, a bit slower because there are buttons on the back. Do you see there? We thought how important it was to have this line coming down like that with the buttons.
Based on traditional Cavendish family livery worn for hundreds of years, each uniform has been hand-tailored to fit individual guides, at the cost of hundreds of pounds each.
We decided to choose colours from Duke Victor's time, the garter blue and this, what Susie calls mouse, and I call a sort of
Fudgy. It's a fudgy brown.
Fudgy, it is fudgy. I'm thrilled to bits with the result.
Suitably suited and booted, the guides take up their positions, ready to welcome the first visitors.
It's the first time we've had visitors in the house since the first week in January, and it's a whole new world in there now.
We're all a little bit anxious, nervous about how it's going to work, but we're very pleased that we're able to open, because this is what Chatsworth is all about. The visitors coming to see the house and to enjoy it. That's what we're all wanting.
Hello there. Lovely, can I just see your booking? Thank you very much, have a good day.
This is it, they're coming in. We've done it, come on.
Head of Visitor Experience Lizzie is more than ready for the first visitors of the 2020 season.
It means everything, honestly. I know it's going to sound a bit emotional, but it means everything. We've worked so hard to get this right. I'm sure we've done it, so no emotion, let's just do it. Come on. Right. Good morning. Good morning. We made it.
Welcome back to Chatsworth.
Is the Duke up there waiting?
The Duchess has probably made a cup of tea for you. Enjoy your visit.
The artists quite cleverly mirrored the budget, quite quirky.
Yeah. We like quirky.
You just look at it and you think, how on earth did they do that? Yeah.
You are seduced as soon as you come back into the house by all the wonderful objects around you that you're working with and seeing every day, and talking to the visitors, telling them all about Chatsworth.
It's my birthday today. It's really nice to be back. It's a place that you never get bored of.
It just sort of brings it home to me. I don't really need to go to France or Italy because look at that, it's amazing.
You couldn't really have a conversation across the table.
This holiday we had planned going abroad. For obvious reasons, we couldn't. I think it's an eye-opener to actually realize that we've got loads of things in the UK that we can enjoy.
Those crystals look really good. And
It's really cool.
After weeks of preparation to make the house safe for visitors and staff, almost 1,000 lucky ticket holders are able to enjoy the new normal. Chatsworth House is back.
Psychologically, this opening made a difference. It's really exciting to be back.
It's still as gorgeous and welcoming as ever.
It's like a jewel. It absolutely lights the place up.
It was a bit hectic this morning, a bit chaotic this morning, running around and making sure everything was in place for them. But yeah, it's calmer now. I'm all right now. Yeah, I'm always calm in the world of Chatsworth.
Next time at Chatsworth, high summer brings new threats.
Oh, get out there.
He's disappeared.
There's a thief in the Duke's vinery.
I can see him. I thought he'd gone, the swine.
And a waterborne invasion.
We can walk across land for a mile and a half to recolonise a little pond.
The foresters are feeling the pressure.
If it lands on top of these tunnels, it could breach the weir.
And the fire brigade prime the pumps for action.
Water on!